Cherie Hanson here. I was thinking today about making time. I made a quiche yesterday. So today I'll talk about making time. Um, there used to be a game that I taught my acting and drama students about boundaries and tasks that you're accepting. And it was a pencil game. I had a pile of pencils and I took one pencil and pass it when we're sitting in a circle to the right. And I would say, here is a hippopotamus. And then I would take another pencil and I would say, here is an elephant. And then the students on either side were required to say thank you and then turn to their right and their left and say, here is whatever the animal was. That was fine at first, but as I named more and more large animals and passed more and more pencils, there got to be frustration because somebody would be sitting there and they would have 4 large animals in their hands. And they'd lost track of what the name of each pencil was, and they couldn't keep up with the pace of the way the pencils were coming into them. And why I did that game was to teach them about holding boundaries. If you are accepting something that is too much for you, it is overwhelming, it's causing you stress, then your job is to say, no, thank you. Don't give me that manatee. I've got my hands full already. And this is what I've started to really focus on in my life at this time. And that is creating expansiveness, creating a sense of time. And there's some ways to do that. We live in a world in which we have been hypnotized, imprinted, enthralled to believe that the more we do, the less we have to fear. Isn't that interesting? If I just work my rear off and I'm getting 6 hours sleep and I don't have time to eat properly, I am going to be in a safer place. And that is so bass-ackwards. It really is. Your immune system is shot. You can't think clearly. You're in a state of continual fear. And so the practice of creating time becomes almost magical. And I'm going to tell you some of the things that I have discovered all on my own about discovering time. First of all, there has to be time in between tasks. We cannot go from working hard physically, working hard emotionally, working hard intellectually from one task to another. We need time in between to recover ourselves, to draw ourselves back in, to calm ourselves down. So this is where we can stop right now is don't take every pencil that is offered to you. I don't know how cute that seal is or that penguin. Just don't take it. So we get in a place where probably it's best for us to underestimate. Underestimate what you can do in a day. Underestimate how much you're capable of attending to, changing focus, looking at this, then looking at that, then looking at this. Make sure that you give yourself lots of time in between tasks. I'm now to a point where I never make more than 2 commitments in a day because I need that in between time to spend with myself, to find out how I'm doing, to check with my body, to work on my breathing. And when I do that, my immune system is stronger, and also I think more clearly. So we create a basket full of time if we set our days up so that you have an appointment with yourself to recover. And you don't have to lie to people. What you can say quite simply is, oh, I'm sorry, I have an appointment then. Maybe the appointment is going for a walk. Maybe the appointment is sitting in the sun. Maybe the appointment is to lay down and take a nap. You don't have to tell people what your appointment is. You're not getting permission from somebody else to take care of yourself because they're never going to give it to you. It's not going to happen. It's up to you. And the other thing that I have found is that I take my time when I'm going someplace. If I'm going to, walk up for an appointment like I did today when I went to the gym, I gave myself 20 more minutes than it takes me to walk. That allowed me to stop and talk with people along the sidewalk. That allowed me to go into a store and pick up a little item that I wanted. That allowed me to slow down enough to feel the sunshine. And then I'm not in a state of, I used to watch a show called Beat the Clock. I know, look it up. It's from the olden days. And we're in that now. We're in this place where time is whirling and collapsing, and you're supposed to get more done in less time, and you're judged by how magnificent you are, by how rapidly you deal with things. And boy, is that ever a lie. It doesn't signify anything if you solve a problem quickly. If you get the problem solved, good. If not, come back and try another day. There is no special reward for being a very compliant slave to the master of scarcity, time. So take your time. Sometimes if you head out to go to something a half an hour early or 45 minutes early, you can even drive the car over to the side and you see a little beach there and you can sit on it. Or you can sit in a coffee shop and read a book. You're giving yourself these mini vacations in your schedule. And it really, really helps you to calm down and not feel like you're running out of time. And of course, the difficulty with that, living that way, is then you do shorten your life. The stress, the anxiety, the cortisol, the adrenaline, all of that is impacting your body and making you less healthy. So these are the things. Say no if you don't have time in the day to have some special recovery, joy, calm time with yourself. Make sure you give yourself more than enough time. The other thing that I do, which I'm getting really good at, is I'll push it off. I will think to myself in the morning on a Monday, oh, I think I can do this and this on Tuesday. And then Tuesday comes around and I check with my body and I go, nope, I just don't feel I can. And it took me a long time to work on this. I just push it off. I just go, not now, not today. And I don't even have to decide when I'm doing it. Just not today. I'm checking my battery. I'm seeing how much charge I've got. You know, you're down to 45%. You're not going to do all this stuff with only 45% charge. And so these habits become part of your life, and they really create a greater sense of a lyrical flow of time instead of working at a factory like a robot. You live your life like a robot, or you can be in a place where you give your body room to help you make the choice. The body says no right now. The body says yes right now. Check in. So here's how you can create more time in your life, and it is working for me. My habit of thinking of time as scarce, compact, a sense of stress is starting to fade away. And that's from practice of these various possible choices. I wanted to say I am really appreciative that I'm getting more subscribers. Do subscribe. Somebody sent me a link today about how I could buy subscribers from their company. I was just like, no, I'm not playing that game. I'm not a greasy-haired, shiny suit entrepreneur Shark Tank person. The people who are watching my videos are real, damn it. They're very real and they're important to me. So I will say, as I usually offer you the opportunity to get a hold of me, to have a coaching, psychic channel reading, setting up a contract with yourself to figure out what you want your life to look like. You know, it's like having one of those home renovation shows and come in and just walk around and look and go like, what? No, we got to get rid of that chair. It's really ugly. And we can do these things together and come up with it. So get a hold of me. And I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you.